Welcome back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market Garden Shorts, where today we're looking at this lovely specimen here, with the pointy stick of destiny. And hopefully 50% less yowler. But anyway, this plant is called Cuphea llavea, or bat-faced Cuphea. It's called that because of the unique petal arrangement on this plant, even though this variety is not the bat-faced type necessarily, because it is Siracha Rose, which sounds fabulous. Until you realize Sriracha will burn the crap out of your mouth if you're not prepared, but I digress. Still like me some Sriracha. Anyway, Cuphea is more commonly called the cigar plant. And that's because the flowers have a little red on the end, and then it's the tube is kind of brownish. Look like little lit cigars, which is really cool. They're in the Lythraceae family, which is the crepe myrtle and pomegranate family. So I'm kind of surprised. I didn't know they were related, but that's fascinating, you know. Now, they're native to Mexico, and they're hardy in USDA zones 9 through 11, and they're considered an annual in 8 through 2. And 1, but I mean, this is technically at that point a tropical when you get past zone 2, I think it is, or zone 3. Soil pH is 6.1 to 7.8, that's what it will tolerate, and it prefers draining soil that does not allow the moisture to puddle. So in this pot's case, it's doing just fine. As I was selling them in the little peat pots, they outgrew those things rapidly, and these buggers will root aggressively wherever the stems detect moisture. So that's something to consider, which makes them easy to take cuttings of, which is also good. Their exposure is full sun. Their height can be 24 inches to 30 inches, and their width can be 21 to 30 inches. Not bad. As you can see, this specimen has started to sprawl. This is all off one central stem. The little Siracha roselets are blooming up top. There's little ones down here that are fabulous. And I should point out one other thing. This thing is easy to take cuttings of, though in a greenhouse or stressed environment, this plant will get aphids. So have your insecticidal soap ready to go to just come and blast it. Like a spray bottle in each hand. Just that's how you do. That's how the horticulturists do. Anyway, I should point out Cuphea are attractive to hummingbirds, which is great. They're attractive to gardeners. Must resist urge. And they're really easy to grow. I mean, they require regular water. They're a warm season plant. They do not tolerate temperatures below, I believe it is 45 degrees. The soil can be basic potting soil, nothing fancy, just as long as it doesn't retain too much water. One thing that will kill them is if you have a drip saucer under it and it's been raining for a while and they're sitting in a puddle, literally. Don't let them do that. Now, they make great hanging basket plants because, as you can see, some of them shoot up, some of them droop down. They're real easy to deal with. Siracha Rose is easy. It's one of my favorite plants ever since I was introduced to cigar plants way back in the day because it's predictable. Its pretty colors are predictable, they draw in the pollinators, and they stand out. I mean, the foliage is kind of okay, but the flowers more than make up for it. And once this plant starts flowering, it doesn't stop until either it gets cold or it gets mowed down by frost. Whichever comes first. And even then, it may survive in the compost pile for a while. So, this is a plant you should have because, again, easy, pretty. It's available in a variety of colors. Siracha Rose is just the color that caught my fancy this year. But I've seen them in all shades of pink. I've seen white ones. I've seen deep red ones. So if you need something that is relatively easy to grow in hanging baskets, something maybe if you want to get your kids into gardening, you want to get them started, you want something that has a high probability of success, as long as the weather doesn't go crazy wonky, this is your plant. So, that's about all I have for you on Cuphea. This is kind of a short video because, admittedly, the information on Cuphea is kind of limited, so I had to run off of my notes from prior years of gardening to assemble this episode. So, if you have any thoughts on growing Cuphea, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you like this episode, please hit like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us quite a bit. At the end of the video description, you will find a link to our forage blog where we cover forage foods. And we're back on track with forage foods. We did a thing on the garden tour showing pictures of the test facility. So there's that. And that's about all I have for you today. So, as always, folks, keep them growing. Thanks for watching.